What up? Let's get right to it. So according to Ben Lieber, after the season, Kirk Cousins holds a meeting with the team and members of the organization, right? So according to Ben Lieber, he has everything written down, has a whole bunch of notes that he's took during the season. He came in prepared, ready to say what he has to say. According to Ben Lieber, the team was pumped up. Some important players were in the building. Some important members of the organization was in the building. And according to Ben Lieber, the meeting went very well. Players walked out the meeting pumped up, saying, "Kirk's our dog. Kirk's our dog." Okay, that's cool. It's all fine and dandy. I'm glad to hear that as a fan. I'm glad to hear that. But at the same time, it's two sides, it's two aspects of this thing, right? It's cool to come prepared and have notes and write down notes. I'm sure Kirk does that every season. I'm sure he always writes notes down and has notes, whether he shares it with the team or not. I'm sure he still writes it down. It seems like the type of guy he is. Organized, neat, prepared, well prepared. So I give him that. But Kirk, he always shows up in those times, right? After the season, off season, around March when it's time to talk about his contract, how he can figure out a way to get max amount of money, how he can get the best contract possible. Kirk always shows up then, but nothing's on the line. When it's not a big game, when there's no pressure on him, he always shows up. So this is not surprising. It was the off season. He wants to stay in Minnesota. He wants to give the Vikings a reason to keep him on the team, to give him another big contract, correct, which he obtained. So of course he's going to come let it all out the hat. He's going in Kirk mode. He's going in how can Kirk win mode. What can he do to impress the team, impress members of the organization, so he can get this another big contract extension, right? I don't care for this for 1 year. It's 40 mil. So he hypes the team up, turns the team up, right? Says a bunch of good things, makes players start believing in him. Captain Kirk, he's our dog. Like I said, that's fine and dandy. But the other side, the flip side, when is he going to show and tell, show and prove? That's the biggest question. You can write out a notes you want, hype the team up all you want, promise things, be a leader at that moment all you want to, make people believe in you. But first question is, do you really believe in yourself? Can you really be that leader and captain you need to be for this team? Being a true veteran quarterback on this team? Can you really lead this team? Because that's when it matters, crunch time, when the game's on the line, when it's playoff time and it's cold and it's a hard-hitting game. You already threw 2 picks and they may have Jefferson covered, double team. You got to go to the other option. You got to make the big throw. Or if it's a primetime game, an important win, a must win to keep playoff hopes alive, to get into the playoffs, or a division round playoff game where you're down 2 touchdowns, you got to fight and claw back. When do you show up in the big games in those moments? Yeah, it's good as a fan. I'm glad to see you showing some concern, showing some form of leadership, at least trying to. It was a very convenient time for you to do that. Let's be real. Why were you doing it during the season? Was it because of Mike Zimmer? Had your tongue tied? You didn't like Mike Zimmer? I get that. He didn't mold you the best he could. He didn't try to form the best relationship he could with you as his quarterback. You might have been a little scared of him. I understand it. That's understandable. But at the same time, you got to say, forget all that. I'm the leader of this team. I'm going to still speak up, speak my mind no matter who the coach is. This is my team. I run this shit on the field. I call a timeout when I see need be. I change the play if need be. I deal with the rest later. But you have to be a leader in your mind. No coach, quarterback's coach can do that for you. They can't walk on the field and play with you. They can't walk on the field and play with Kirk, stand side by Kirk and play with him and make the throws for him. Be there when the game gets tough. When he's getting hit and sacked, throwing interceptions. When the game's on the line, they can't stand side by side with him. So I understand Mike was a horrible coach when it came to Kirk. Horrible leader. That was in shambles. And yes, Kevin O'Connell has a relationship with Kirk. Probably will have a much better relationship with Kirk in this situation. Probably can change Kirk games a little bit, change his mindset, help him out, build a bond with him. Yeah, Kirk probably will feel more comfortable. And that's real good. As a fan, you like that. You want that. You're not rooting for Kirk to do bad, to do horrible. You want Kirk to win, no matter what others may believe. I know I want to see Kirk and the Vikings win. Kirk plays good. He wins the big games. The Vikings win. That's what it's about. Nobody wants to see Kirk fail. But can Kevin O'Connor really change him that much? Or is he already who he is, like we've seen year after year in big-time situations? We shall see. Of course you want to give the guy a chance. New staff, new regime, see what he can do. I get it. I'm with it. I'm all in. And really, it's no choice but to be all in. Because he's there. He's signed. The contract is boom. Written in pen, written in ink. It's a done deal. So, of course, I hope Kevin O'Connor can turn things around with Kirk. Make him a better leader. Take his game to the next level, to an elite level. Make him a top quarterback in the league, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I hope that happens, for real. I hope that happens. I'm rooting for him to do good. But at the same time, as fans, you've seen Kirk year after year after year after year. He's shown who he is, seems like. He's shown his character, big game after big game situation. He's shown it clear as day. So it's good he has the team around him, rallying around him, trying to take that next step in being a leader, right? That's good. You love to hear that. But the big question is it real? Is it staged? Was it because it was the off season and it's time to get some more big money? Or was this really Kirk saying, hey, it's time for me to step up and lead this team and show the players I really got love for them. My heart is in this. I'm they dog, as they say. I'm really they dog, they big dog, they homie. I'm for the team. Is it real or fake? Was it all a stunt for the contract to make people believe in you? To want to give you more money and extend you? There's a lot of questions to this, man, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it was a team meeting. I'm glad the team was fired up. They should believe in their quarterback. That's the quarterback's job, to lead. By example, to be a leader of men. Make players better. Make them confident in you and themselves. That's your job as a QB. That's what the best quarterbacks in the league do. And they make other players around them better. It's about them believing in you. Can you lead them to that Super Bowl? To winning that big game? To that deep playoff run? We will see. I hope you can, Kirk. A lot of people get it misconstrued. And I want to see Kirk win and do good. That means the team does good. Period. So that's my take on it, man. We shall see what happens. We shall see what happens in the future, man. But once again, I'm glad that the meeting happened. That's good to know as a fan. And I hope Kirk does good. And I hope they win some games, man. And hopefully get to the Super Bowl sooner than later. Oh, me. Oh, me. I ain't got no picture, hear me? SKOL. Like that.